You guys were back. All 52 podcast. Sean, Javon. Man, live from cloudy, cold Georgia. And Javon's all in bad weather. Syracuse. What's good, man?
You know, Sean, you were in here yesterday, real excited about 60 degrees down there. So I guess I got some sympathy for you. Actually, no, I don't. No, I don't. Sean, it's going to get as bad as minus 22 up here this weekend.
How can people even live like that? I'm from Boston and it would get cold, but not that cold. Not that cold. That's not how can you can't even go outside. Kids shouldn't even be going to school. You just stay home. Yeah. We gotta get you out there. Man, I just need to be in Florida. Miami's the next move for. I just need 9-10 months of solid good. 11 good months of solid weather. I could deal with hurricane season once a year, but I just can't deal with this weather. It's been cold, man.
Yeah, down south is calling my name.
You can't lose in the South. I can't lie. Food, women, weather. You can't lose in the South, man. I really feel like you can't. Houston, Georgia, Florida. I know for a fact, unless God has other plans, I would never move back up north full time. I just won't.
I don't blame you.
I won't.
I don't blame you at all.
I got out. Once you get out, I'm like 9-10 months of nice weather. It's hard for me to go back. I don't think I will do
it. Well, Anthony Davis is on the East Coast now, Sean. Rich Paul got his wish, and Anthony Davis got traded. Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum are now Washington Wizards. In exchange, the Mavericks received Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Malachi Branham, Marvin Bagley, 2 first-round picks, and 3 second-round picks. That is OKC's first this year, and the Warriors' first in 2030. Only if that pick lands in spots 21 through 30. So the Luka Doncic trade has progressed even further and looks even worse, but technically that trade will not be done until 2030. But right now, I think it's safe to say the Mavericks lost that deal. And Nico Harrison is going to Dallas Sports Town.
Can we say it's the worst trade in NBA history? Is it, or is it the Paul George, Kawhi Leonard package? I don't know.
At least they got some playoff years out of Paul and Kawhi.
Yeah, they did. But they just, I don't know. I think OKC out of my times watching sports, OKC, what they did, and then the Celtics, what they did, where they were able to get Tatum and Brown, and it both resulted in championships. But on the other side, that Brooklyn Nets team, they maybe bounce back. But this Mavericks team, you got Cooper Flag, but that was just by the grace of God and luck. You got Cooper Flag. But if they did not get Cooper Flag, this trade would be bad. But it's already the worst trade in NBA history because they basically used Anthony Davis as a salary dump. They put him and they were like, hey, we just got to get rid of you, get rid of your contract, get out of the first apron, second apron, all those aprons, blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't have given AD. He don't play. I'm not going to listen to Rich Paul trying to bully me to try to give him a 2-year extension until he's like 37, making $45-50 million a year. He don't play. So miss me with that. I just can't co-sign with that. So I like what Dallas is doing. We know who our young star is. He's one of the ones. He's one of those ones. He's one of those ones. So you could build around him. It's a great draft. You got to get another piece next to him. And then you got a trade piece in Kyrie. Let Kyrie play the first month or two next season, and you can move Kyrie for more pieces. I just think it makes sense, especially in the West, where you have Utah, you have or obviously OKC, the Rockets, the Spurs, a lot of young cores in the West. You need to find your young core to compete with those type of teams. So I think it just makes sense what they're trying to do. As for Washington, at first, I remember I texted in the trade. I'm like, I don't really understand this. And then I thought about it more. And then I listened to a podcast afterwards, and after we talked about the extension. and Brian Windhorst said the same thing. He's like, we can't judge. Let's judge the trade without the extension. But if they give Anthony Davis an extension, it's a whole different grade. And I agree with that. Let him play the 2 years. If he's healthy, give him an extension. I won't say anything. If it works with him and Trey, give him an extension. They help these young kids grow. Give him an extension. I'm cool with that. But they give him an extension and they give Trey an extension and they don't step foot on the basketball court before they give him extensions, it's F to me. It's F because I feel like, and I read a lot of articles on it. I'm like, was there a rebuild I think Utah has more because George took the step. Barely looks like he's going to play. They have some pieces. Philip Knopf, they have pieces over there. Collier, they have pieces. I don't know if the Wizards have comparable pieces to the Jazz to be like, hey, let's take that next step. And so when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, all right, you get this pick in this draft this year. And then if you, one of them takes a step, Sarr takes another step, Bub takes another step, then it makes sense to me. But if you're saying we're going to depend on Anthony Davis and Trae Young to lead our teams to be a playing team, maybe get to the 5th or 16th, but you did all this building down. I don't think they're in a better position than Utah. That's my point is when I thought about it, are they in a better position? Because in the East, yes, but I would take Utah's roster and Utah's cap flexibility, Utah's draft picks, and I take them. And I like Danny Ainge leading the organization. So it's a wait and see. I can't get a definite grade yet until I see the summit. If they give them an extension, it's an F, and I think the rebuild was for nothing.
So I think you've got the top 10 pick coming your way because if you're smart, Davis and Young don't play the rest of this season. So you'll be going into next year with Trae Young, Bub Carrington, Keyshawn George, Anthony Davis, and Alex Sarr. And to me, you don't extend Davis. And Davis really is there to groom Alex Sarr into being the next version of him. That is the Alex Sarr ceiling. So from that standpoint of I've got someone whose blueprint this young guy, the future face of my franchise, can follow. I love that. This really comes down to firing Brian Keefe, getting Michael Malone in there, like you said yesterday in the text thread, and letting him teach these guys how to play championship basketball. Trae Young's defense doesn't really concern me because the Wizards have so many defenders around him. You got Koulibaly off the bench. D'Angelo Russell was a trade piece this offseason, and if you can't move him, all right, well, he's 6 man next to Trae Young. Jaden Hardy off the bench behind Bub Carrington. I think the Wizards have so many promising young pieces, and they play defense. And quite a few of them have shown they can go get a bucket. You get the right coach in there. A healthy team contends in the East next year. And even if not, you got a point guard that's going to he's going to get 10 assists a game. Are they going to be natural? Maybe not. But your young guys, somebody's going to touch the ball. Somebody's going to touch the ball. Trae Young's the thing about this that is just such a wild card. See, he's going to go back to playing some good basketball, or he's going to go back to trying to be James Harden. It's either one of the two. And you're just hoping it's the first option and not the second. But neither one of them need an extension. Neither one. They should both be 2-year rentals. And you're fine with it because you didn't give up anything.
You didn't. You
literally gave up nothing in either one of these deals.
You gave up nothing. I do agree with that. But I would say this.
You're playing for house money.
But so is your goal? Maybe Leonsis was like, hey, we need to take this and at least be competitive.
And they're renovating Capital One.
Okay.
It's going to cost some money. So you got to get some butts in there.
I agree with that. But that's 2 big ifs. Anthony Davis' health. When Anthony Davis plays, he's still a top 15 player. I agree with that. And Trae Young suddenly becoming someone he's not. That's what we're depending on. Again, they have all their picks. If they get Darren Peterson today, in April or May, whenever the lottery balls are drawn, it's a win. If you get AJ, it's a win. You get any of these kids in the top 5 or 10. I really like this draft. It's a win, and they're gonna get that.
But also, I don't think Trae Young's going to be some prized possession in Washington. I think if those young guys go to that front office, Will Dawkins, and like, hey, yeah, this ain't the point guard for us, he'll flip him. I honestly believe that.
But there was no trade market for him now, coming off a 10-assist season. Like,
there's always a sucker.
Sacramento. Well, Sacramento actually hasn't been a sucker like that this trade deadline. But
they looked for Ja Morant before 3:00 today, so
Ja definitely needs to be moved. But it's an incomplete grade. I think it's an A for the Mavericks because they were able to clear the books and they're going
for the Mavericks.
Yes, in the sense of this trade. No. We can't look at both trades as one.
Yes, you do.
The internet does it. But who made the trade? Who made the trade? The stupid trade for Luka. He ain't there anymore. So now I'm trying to clean up your mess.
Still, it's still you're great in the organization as a whole. Somebody had to let this front office do it. Luka Doncic turned into Max Christie. The Thunder pick this year, which is going to be nothing. The Lakers first rounder in 29. We'll see what that is. And the possible Warriors only if it's a meaningless pick. For Luka, after what we just saw Jim Jackson get in return, for what we saw Danny Ainge get for old ass Garnett and Pierce and Jason Terry.
Good point.
Come on, man. Like, no. This puts the Mavericks at bottom 5 franchises. Just for this alone.
I would say
this. For this alone.
This is going to be controversial, but I don't care. I'm going to say this.
And they're going to be having a new head coach soon.
I wouldn't be mad at moving off Jason Kidd. I wouldn't be mad about that. I would say this. If they get they got Cooper, and by chance they land a top 3 pick, and we're high on these 3 guys. I like Luka. I love Luka. Because he reminds me of that mentality, but I don't know if I can win it. I just like his mentality, like when he's on that
crybaby.
No. When he's on that killer mentality, not the other side.
No. Luka Doncic is crybaby, no defense, terrible shooter, but keep chucking them up, contested at that, ball stopping. What personality is there to like?
I would say this about Luka. If Luka can learn how to be like Wemby this year and just drive the basketball, he would be unstoppable. He's a horrible shooter. I agree with you on that. Luka is a horrible. Sometimes he'll get hot, but he's a horrible 3-point shooter. And I play him in 2K, and I'm like, I just drive the basketball because this guy, those step backs are low percentage shots. They're horrible. Very low percentage shots. And he's not good enough to be doing that all the time. That's one. 2, I would say this. If Cooper and you get Darren, Cooper or AJ, anyone next to Cooper who is on that level, I'd rather have that as my future than what the Lakers have. And I know that sounds crazy because Luka is one of those. But I agree. I don't think it sounds crazy because I think Cooper is going to, I would take Cooper's mentality, his focus. So I would take that. I didn't say what Nika meant like that mentality, that work ethic, the effort, that I would take that over Luka Doncic. And I love Luka. I love him. But to win a championship, you get Cooper, you get another guy. Dallas future is brighter to me because at the end of the day, I don't know. This is crazy to say. I don't know if Luka can ever win a championship.
It's not crazy to say.
Yeah, I don't know how you build around them. How do you build around someone who plays no defense at all? And his coach had to call him out. He'd be very selfish. I don't know if I want to play with someone like that if I'm another superstar. So that's my thing. Dallas future, people might be shitting on Dallas now, but if they hit on this draft with Cooper, I like that future better than what the Lakers have. I gotta be real.
Yeah, well, all I can say is I got a reason to love my Baltimore Bullets now, man. All I needed was an excuse to get away from the Lakers. I thought I had one, and then Halliburton got injured, so I wound up being stuck with the Lakers for longer than I wanted to. But I got my Jonathan Kuminga trade deadline request granted.
Oh
Got
yeah,
to move to Washington. I'm happy. I'm happy. Yeah, that's exactly what I feel like right now. He couldn't get moved in the offseason. Wound up stuck in Golden State for longer than he wanted to be. Finally got his wish yesterday. That's where I feel like. I finally got my wish yesterday. I'm free from the shackles of the Lakers.
So you think Washington with this roster? And
I got something to root for. I got something to be encouraged by.
But like I said, they got to probably Mike Malone could build culture over there.
Yes.
They need that. I'm all in on them if they get Mike Malone, and they're going to get a top 5. I'll be curious about them. I could see them being a postseason team and a feisty team if they get Mike Malone. But Brian Keefe's still the head coach by the time next season rolls around with these guys, and they get those extensions.
If
same
Brian
old
Keefe
Wizards
is still there, and or any extensions are given out, I'll be free agent. I'm going to have a failed physical. My failed physical trade denied. Yeah.
All right, but it's good in the sense it finally Washington basketball has a little life
For
to
the
it.
first time since I was in middle school,
yes,
matter again.
I would give that credit, and it shows a lot of people not very amped about next year's draft. A lot of people, the teams that have been tanking, are like, "Oh, let's start trying to win." It's time. At some point, the tanking has to end. I think 3-4 years, you got to be able to hit on some of these guys or trades or whatever. You got to be able to. You can't just keep asking fans to pay for BS like that. That's crazy.
All right, Sean. You're going to get the floor first on this one because it's you who have explaining to do, not me. The Vikings have fired General Manager Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah. You can read everything you want, but each time it comes back to the same thing. He chose J.J. McCarthy, your boy.
Yeah, my boy.
Over future Super Bowl champion Sam Darnold. The floor is yours.
All right, so I'm one of those big things. I say this on the podcast a lot.
Before you start, Sean, you start, Justin Jefferson is on my side in this one too. He voiced his opinion. So,
I was gonna say that about Justin.
So you're speaking in a standpoint of being on Kwesi's side and having to defend this. Just know the face of your franchise, was against this. So
he was. So I would say that I'll say Justin afterwards. I've always said about accountability on the show and things that are a fireable offense. So when I saw that he got fired, I was like, I can't be mad, because if I was in that position, I would have done the same thing he did, and I would let Sam Darnold go, and I would have believed in J.J. McCarthy, so I would have got fired too. And I couldn't be mad at the owners, because I always say it's a fireable offense. You chose, and I heard he was more of an analytical guy. You want on that direction over this direction, it's a fireable offense. Absolutely. It doesn't help either when your basically a franchise comes out and basically backs his former quarterback who's playing in the Super Bowl. Like, first of all, well, I'll say that for a second. But I didn't like that about Justin. But the point is,
no. If he told you from the rip that he wanted you to keep Sam, he can feel free to speak his mind. He's not beholden to JJ. JJ's not going to be his quarterback for long, so he doesn't have to worry about building him up and keeping his confidence.
But he's the quarterback now, and I don't like that because he's your quarterback now. Sam's gone. Sam's not. Well, Sam is not walking through that door. Sam's staying.
But it better be somebody that's not JJ.
Listen. If they want to be competition for JJ, I'm okay with that. Did they mess up by not look at Daniel Jones and they let Sam Darnold leave the building? And those guys had really good years last year. Oh, this year. Donald's in the Super Bowl. Jones had a good year up to his injury. I can't defend that. And I'm telling you, if I would have got fired too, I would have had to come home and tell my girl, yo, they let me go. I made a bad choice. Hindsight's 2020, but I would say this. No, John, I got like Stephen A said, you got to be on the screen for this one. What was your opinion about Sam Darnold after the playoff game against the Rams and the last game of the season against the Lions? What was your opinion?
I thought he looked bad.
Horrible.
I thought he looked bad and that he was still a game manager, which he is this year. But I thought he was still a better option than J.J. McCarthy.
Okay.
Did I
so
not?
You did say that. You did. No, you understand because you haven't like JJ. I get that.
Now, did I think Sam would get a team to a Super Bowl? No. But did I think Minnesota could keep going to playoffs and learning something with him as their quarterback until they got their guy? Yes.
Okay. But the only thing I even justify more the firing is from the reports that KOC wanted to keep Darnold, but the GM was like, no, we got to move on from him.
I don't believe talk about this because we just talked about this like 2-3 weeks ago. What are the Vikings going to learn to listen to their head coach about the quarterback? That was the exact same thing when Mike Zimmer told you, I don't want Kirk Cousins and don't draft Kellen Mond.
Then yeah.
This is the third time now.
If that's true and that happened, then he deserves to be fired. Because at the end of the day, I know myself. If I believe in KOC, which I do, I think he's one of the best young coaches in the league. I would be like, all right, let's rock with this guy. Let's do it. And they were 8-8 this year. They would have made the postseason with Sam Darnold. So someone's got to in his draft.
Especially how that defense played the first half of the season.
Exactly, they would have made the postseason, and he hasn't hit really on a lot of draft picks. So the only thing I don't like is people talking about the paternity leave and all that. That wasn't an issue. The issue is, let's call it spade a spade. Someone has to take the fall for Sam Darnold going to the Super Bowl, and especially if he wins the Super Bowl.
And for McCarthy being a first-round pick. Didn't they trade up for that, actually?
Yeah, they did. Whoa. The only thing is, the same people who saying about JJ was the same people talking about how Sam was a bust. JJ's only played like 6-7 games. Let's wait it out. Look at Bryce Young.
Hold on, though, Sean. Hold on. We ain't going to give the same level of prospect whatsoever. Sam Darnold at least had some arm talent at USC. There is nothing that's extraordinary about J.J. McCarthy.
I never said that either.
Everything about him has always been regular.
I think is there anything special about Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, that dog. I said to win. You tell me you want to play with Baker Mayfield if you play football.
I would love to have Baker Mayfield as my quarterback.
That'd be my number one pick to be my quarterback because I know he gives a damn.
I love him. I love the talking crap. But my thing is with JJ. I even said this. It was the intangibles about him. I don't say he has the greatest arm.
Intangibles?
He reminds me of his coach when he was a play, Jim Harbaugh when he was a play. He's gonna be a gamer.
You want Jim Harbaugh to be your starting quarterback?
Yo, listen, you could win some
games.
JJ
ain't nowhere near as tough as Jim Harbaugh was.
Yo, it was I'm gonna be real. It was a miscalculation by me. Because I thought Sam Darnold had a one-hit wonder. Because look at all the talent that was on that team. Look what's all the talent in Minnesota. They still won 8 games with J.J. McCarthy and Carson Wentz. There's a lot of talent on that offense. Did I expect him to go to Seattle and do what he did? No. That would be me lying. So again, the general manager deserves to be fired. But Justin Jefferson, you're throwing your quarterback under the bus. The same one you have to go and do off-season workouts with. The same one who's going to do OTAs with, same one you're gonna be in training camp with. That's your guy. He's basically saying, you're with a girl and you're admiring another chick. Yo, I wish I was with my ex. Go be with your ex. Ask for a trade to go to Seattle then.
Hey, that's a bad idea.
That's why I would tell them. If I'm the Wills, yo, that's not cool.
And Sean, your fan base would hate you if you were the ownership. You're gonna choose J.J. McCarthy over Justin Jefferson.
I'm not gonna let you be.
How about you to say that out your mouth right now? I would choose J.J. McCarthy over Justin Jefferson.
I want to choose a good leader in my locker room than someone who's talking like that.
Stop tiptoeing.
No, I'm not.
Would you choose J.J. McCarthy over Justin Jefferson?
I would not. But I'm like your owner in Baltimore said, my plays ain't gonna run my franchise though. So you're not gonna go over there talking bad about my quarterback.
You just fired the GM because this guy was right though.
Yeah, but you can't go.
He ain't bad mouth him. He just said, "Hey, he just was not ready." We all knew it.
All right, he wasn't ready. But why do Meyer?
You're doing a rookie contract. Ain't nothing wrong with the vets telling you ain't ready. See, that's the problem. We really got so soft that veterans can't tell the truth about dudes on a rookie contract no more. You ain't ready. You got more work to put in, youngin. It's simple. And what you going to do? You just not pass Justin Jefferson the ball? Guess what? That's the end of your career right there. So what are we saying?
My thing is not the listen. You stated the obvious. JJ wasn't ready. I'm a JJ guy. He wasn't ready. KOC thought he wasn't ready, so the GM has to take the fall for that. And
so
he did.
The whole organization knows it, and you just fired the GM, which says you're acknowledging the same thing. Why can't Jefferson say something?
It's not about
said it by firing the GM.
That's fine. I'm not saying that about JJ, but why have you go praise and glaze Sam Darnold while doing?
That's my boy.
That's not his boy. That's not his boy.
That's
they play one.
Boy.
They play 1 year together. Come on, let's stop that.
Be happy for him.
They play one. Kirk Cousins has had more success with Jefferson. You could be happy for him, but you don't have to say, "I wish he was still my quarterback."
Kirk Cousins held the Vikings back.
But he had more success than Sam Darnold in 1 year. Come on, Sam Darnold was special.
Kirk Cousins ever gone to a Super Bowl?
No.
Kirk Cousins ever going to sniff a Super Bowl?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but whoa. Let's also. Listen. I can't say I don't deserve to say anything negative about Sam Darnold. So I'm not even going to say anything negative about Sam Darnold. But I'm just going to say this: let's not act like he's not with young Bill Belichick. Let's not act like he's not with that guy too. And Clinton's getting the job in Las Vegas. He's with someone who's really special, and you want that guy to be the coach in Baltimore. Let's not act like he's not with young Bill Belichick.
I got to handicap him because he's properly executing the plays that Clint Kubiak's calling for him. I got to handicap him because his defense is good. I got to penalize him for that.
So you're telling me if we put him in, I don't know, in another situation, he'd be going to the Super Bowl? He's a sum of his parts. He's not the reason they're going to the Super Bowl. He's a sum of the parts. No, I'm not saying.
What are we saying?
Geno couldn't do it. It was a perfect storm.
Right, Geno couldn't do it. So come on, man. He's doing something the last quarterback couldn't do. You can't hate on that.
I'm saying we're discrediting that he's really young.
One for you. He's doing something Lamar Jackson couldn't do.
Yeah, that's true.
So why are we hating?
I'm not hating. I'm just saying we're forgetting. We're acting like Sam Darnold's the number one reason why they're in the Super Bowl. He's played good. He's played good. He wasn't great against San Francisco. He was great against the Rams, right? But
that game he needed him to hold on. And this is after stinking it up twice against the Rams.
No, I get it.
He showed up when the lights were the brightest, when the most was on the line, with a trip to the Super Bowl at stake. And he balled his ass up. There should be nothing negative being said about Sam Darnold right now. You know what this sounds like right now, Sean? And I hate to put you on the same sentence as this dude because I love you to death. That sounds exactly like what Mike Tannenbaum gets on Get Up and says every year. When these front office execs just can't come to grips with the terms that they were wrong about somebody, and they got to keep holding on to it, and it just skews their. You were wrong about JJ. It's okay. You see, I was wrong about Sam Darnold, and I'm moving on from it, and I'm happy for the brother. But you got to try to put Sam down now because you were wrong about JJ. It's okay, Sean.
I definitely said I didn't want to say anything negative. In second, I said, listen, I deserve to be fired. I'm taking accountability. I was wrong about the situation. I'm not saying, listen, he wins the Super Bowl. Even if he gets the Super Bowl, he is a formidable quarterback now. I'm not going to look at him as like a bust. No, he's gotten to the Super Bowl. If he wins it, I have nothing to say. But I'm just saying, do I think that, listen, I'm not jumping off the JJ McCarthy bandwagon yet. Should they bring in Kyler Murray? I'm all for it. Bring whoever you want for competition. You want to bring Kirk Cousins back? Bring Kirk. I don't care. I'm just thinking, let's get the kids time. But my only thing was, yes, Donald's better than him. Seattle's in the Super Bowl. The GM deserved to get fired. It's a results-driven business. And his draft picks wasn't great, and you missed on this kid. You missed on Donald, keeping Donald for another year, and Daniel Jones for another year. So that's because your team won 8-8. You would have been in the postseason. You never know what
happened. I
hope
the coach learned from this. Bring Daniel Jones back.
You got to bring him back. You have to bring him back. And so, yes, but I just didn't like Justin doing that. Like, that's not cool. I just don't co-sign that. And like, you remember, Justin, you're under contract. You just signed a big deal a year or two ago. That's going to be your quarterback.
No,
unless, who knows? Maybe, but KOC's in charge basically now. He's the guy in charge. And if he's not a big JJ guy, they'll tell you right there. If they bring someone else in, that'll tell you exactly what he feels about JJ. That's serious.
I guess the Vikings need to learn to start listening to the people that are actually in the locker room every day.
Can't be mad at that. He deserves to be fired. It's simple as that.
All right, what we got next?
All right, Shakur Stevenson dominated Teofimo Lopez in a beatdown. I thought the pre ramp up to the fight was more impressive than this. What was your thoughts about the fight on Saturday night?
No one has ever known Shakur Stevenson for being an aggressive fighter, a knockout artist, a heavy-handed, strong puncher, any of that. That's Mr. Get in the shell, get out the way, don't get hit, land a couple jabs, win the round 10-9, give you a boring 36 minutes for a win. He moved up in weight to fight one of the most aggressive guys in the business, a two-time unified champ, might be two-time undisputed, to be honest with you. Heavy hitting and fast. Teofimo Lopez. Like this is a guy who was top 5 pound for pound not too long ago. And you moved up in weight and fought a completely different style and lumped Teofimo up. Like that moved Shakur Stevenson into superstar status. Conor Ben, you don't want those issues. I promise you, you don't. You're not on that same level. This is what I like to see. A guy with Floyd's principles of defense, but is now showing he'll punch back. And is now showing, unlike Floyd, I'm not afraid of the big fight. Whoever wants me, come get me, and come get me now. That's what I like to see. I love what I saw, especially since Teofimo wanted to be on that dumb stuff with all the black, all the racist stuff. Yeah, he needed an ass whooping, and he got lumped up. So shout out to Shakur. You got Conor Ben calling him out. Shakur, go ahead and take care of business there. You got daggone Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney talking about going at each other. I want to see that. Depends on the weight, though. I don't want Keyshawn to move up to him. If that's the case, I want Keyshawn to get about 2 more fights in. But nothing negative to say about Shakur. He has become the guy. He's going back down to 135, so he has become the guy in that division. Tank Davis is probably going to see nothing but jail cells for the next Lord knows how long. So Shakur Stevenson, it's your division, man. That was a great performance. I was entertained watching a dominant fight. I mean, and there's probably only 2 times, Sean, that I can say I was entertained watching a whopping like that. That fight and a few years ago when Bud Crawford was whooping on Errol Spence.
Yeah, I remember that. Came on that part and you talked about that. I do like, because his dad, I just didn't like the side with the approach the Lopez came with, and his family, his dad. It was just a good ass whipping. It's just a straight ass whipping. I do think the only thing that bothers me, I know you can be like, you always bring this up, but is what's next? Like, how do you ride this wave of Stevenson? Because he has the look for it. He has the swag for it. He has this thing to take you to superstar level. But I don't trust the powers that be boxing to get him to the next level. I trust if Dana White was getting him to the next level. But I loved his energy, and it just felt like a star was born. He was already good. I'm not knocking that, but it just feels like he could be a huge star for boxing. I completely agree with you about the Floyd Mayweather type of analogy, but I don't have confidence. I feel like we won't probably see him fight for another year or so, and if it is, it's not going to be a ready-made fight, and it's just going to go by the way.
He'll fight again. What's this? Oh, excuse me.
February.
He'll fight no later than August or September. Him and Conor Ben is going to be no later than August or September. You got him. This is a new era of boxing, Sean. When it's 2 big names getting together, it's getting done these days. Whether it's Turkey Al Sheik God bless that brother. Every fight we want, he goes ahead to me. Oh man, I gotta meet him. I gotta meet him one day. Just shake his hand. Thank you.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. A great job.
And Tiafimo is moving up to 147 now. So I do not want him on some PR tour. Oh man, I was too light. I can't do 140 anymore. That's why Shakur won. Nah, man. I don't want to hear it. You just got your butt whooped.
Yeah.
We'll see what 147 holds for him. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how I feel about all this movement in the weight classes right now, because 147 stinks, to be honest with you. That's Devin Haney, Rolly Romero, or Mario Barrios as your champs. Sean, is that not nasty work?
If I never see a Devin Haney fight again, I'm good.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe I'd rather Devin Haney fight Tiafimo than Keyshawn Davis, considering how light Keyshawn is, and considering the fact that Haney moved up in weight class. He waited for, remember, what was it, about 2 years ago? Coming up on 3, actually. He waited for Tiafimo to retire, to move up to TO's division and try to take his belts.
Yeah.
And that's what made Tiafimo unretire. Yeah, go make that fight. That's her. Hey, Devin and Bill Haney, stop ducking and get in the ring with Tiafimo and then get your ass lumped up. And then go back to, down to Rocky Romero level status.
Whatever he does. But yeah, let's see how it goes, man. I'm very interested to see how this plays out. But Stevenson he could be a star. And like you said, Tank, he can't stay out of his own way.
Can't keep his hands off of women.
Idiot.
Idiot. All right, Sean, the World Baseball Classic, one of our favorite events, is in jeopardy. Star players are uninsured and not being cleared to play. It's so bad that the DR might not be able to field a team. I got a real problem with this. Baseball, figure it out. Get these guys the coverage and let's play ball. Come on, man. Do not ruin. WBC's got to be a top 3 event in sports, right?
Oh, love it. It gets World Cup energy. Like you go to local bars, everybody's watching. I love that type of energy. I would say this. Baseball is $1 billion company, right? I gotta check the exact numbers, but I'm pretty sure it's probably like in the $5 to $10 billion range. And these guys are all billionaires and have other companies. So you're saying we can't get a pot together and ensure this guy's on our own? Like I don't get this. Or find another insurance company. Like, get it done. This event is too good. It's too exciting.
Ain't football and basketball either.
Yeah, like what are we talking about? It's baseball.
Yeah, the Mets season ended when Edwin Diaz got.
It happens.
I tell you.
Yeah, it happens. It was like I just don't. I can't co-sign it. I think that this is something that if you keep growing it, I love it. I think it's an amazing way to start the season. I just think it's a great showcase. Why would you not try to figure out if DR or Puerto Rico's not in it?
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's already negates like even watching it. And we know it's gonna be Japan, probably the USA, but do they beat DR, Puerto Rico? They produce a lot of talent. So if you want to rate them, is probably US. I would say Japan's better team, but
they play better team ball, but they're not talented.
Not talent. DR, then you go PR, and then Japan as talent wise. If you eliminate 2 out of the 4 best talented teams, what the hell are we watching for? Like, we're just setting up America versus Japan. I know we all love Ohtani. I'm not saying that sarcastically. I love Ohtani,
but he's not even pitching.
He's not pitching, and I get that. He shouldn't pitch actually, but I just don't see the point of figure this out. You guys, there's too much money involved. Too many sponsors could come involved. There's so much way for baseball to get money that this should not even be an issue. It should be the last thing we'd be talking about. Just to make it work. If I'm Fox, I'm kicking some money to it. Like, I'm doing something. We got to get this to, like, it doesn't make sense.
But you know what? This is why Major League Baseball should not be in charge of an international event. This should be some international governing body. This should not be Major League Baseball sponsoring this event. Come on, I don't want the NBA sponsoring international play.
but they're about to do the World versus All Stars type of thing.
Yeah, that's their All-Star game. Fine. Does the NBA control the FIBA World Cup?
What are you talking about? They're about to partner with FIBA to
Does the
start a league.
NBA control the FIBA
No.
World Cup?
They don't.
Does the NBA control the Olympics?
No.
No, that is all run by FIBA. That's what I'm saying. I do not want to see Major League Baseball running the WBC.
But that's my problem. The WBC without Major League. Remember, baseball is not that popular sport in the whole world. So you need Major League Baseballs behind it to promote it. Listen, why change anything? It's been amazing. Why change anything? All I'm saying is get some sponsors together and ensure these guys. That's all I'm saying. You saying that baseball can't raise $1 billion in like a one call? They can raise $1 billion in 10 minutes.
Come on, the Dodgers are showing you that.
The Dodgers.
Defer the insurance payment.
Exactly. Like, make it work. That's the moral of the story. This is a great. I forgot. It's already February. Baseball's coming right back. I'm like, damn, these guys get no time off.
What you mean? You missed the playoffs. You've been off for a long time.
I'm talking about the teams that the Yankees barely missed the playoffs. Like, so where they get November, December, January, February. That's 4 months. These NBA players are getting like 6 months off. Well, not really.
No, because
April.
If you win the chip, you get half of June off, July, August, and you're back in camp mid-September.
Good point. Yeah, man. Yeah. All right. So baseball part, NFL, which they deserve, has the longest break.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They have to have the longest break. Okay. That makes sense.
All right, Sean, go ahead. Let's get this one over with.
Oh, man. Not my boy, but Vladez from the Houston Astros signed with the Detroit Tigers. What was it? 3-year deal? I forgot the exact number.
3 years, 110, I believe.
110. Javon's in his feelings because the Orioles didn't sign him. Surprised the Astros didn't. That wasn't a big contract for him. But where does this put Detroit? And where does that leave your Baltimore Orioles?
Number one, this should not mean just bow down and move Tarek Skubal. Pay him. Stop just moving these stars to the big market. Do what you got. You will make the money back. I don't know why these owners don't understand that. You will make the money back. And it ain't like you're giving out $500 million all in 1 year. There's no salary cap. Spend the cheese, keep him home. Him and Valdez at the top of your rotation. You should win the Central for the next 3 years. Simple and plain. For the Orioles, like I said, nothing's going to change. Nothing has changed. Period. I'm just never going to know what it's like to have an ace as an Orioles fan. It's going to last my whole life. This Mike Elias stuff, Sean, how much did I say it needs to be him and Brandon Hyde gone?
Yeah, you said both of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you said both.
Like, come on, man. This guy's not. You cannot trust him with free agency. He is draft, and that's it. That is it. The Orioles are never. The window's closed just like that. They're never going to get over the hump. They won't change their ways. They're not going to spend all this money that we were given this false hope of when Rubenstein and company bought the team. It's not going to change.
Nah, I listened to a bunch of Rubenstein's podcasts. He ain't just going to be spending money like that too. So I think it's a combination of both. I do think that if we've gotten what you said about the Tigers paying Skubal, I think there's only 2 owners in baseball that are billionaires, and they're all making money. But high billionaires is Cohen and Walters from the Dodgers. So you can't compete with those guys. So I don't. Who owns the Tigers? Little Caesars guy. They can't compete. You can't spend $400 million and keep Skubal. Just trade him to the Mets or the Dodgers. Those are the only teams that are going to be in the running for him, and get a bunch of blue chip prospects. And the Central's not that dominant that you could win, because they do have some really solid position players that you can win with a mid-level staff and get to the postseason. So that's 1. 2, Baltimore, I thought they were going to improve their rotation this year. I thought that was the mandate. But I also thought the Yankees were going to improve their hitting lineup. A lot of these teams, except for the teams with the most money, have stayed the status quo. And it doesn't make sense to me. Again, it goes back to we need to fix baseball. And one other thing, Screwball needs to be asked for a trade now.
Oh, no, but when the Yankees were the ones paying for everybody, you didn't have a problem. We got to stop this. Come on.
No. I was okay with it if it wasn't deferred payments. Let's get the deferred payments out of baseball. Let's do it. The Dodgers will be paying $400 million, $500 million in cap and salary if there was no deferred payments.
Sean, if the Yankees were the first team to start doing this, would you be saying the same thing?
I probably wouldn't, but I'm not.
Yeah, come on, that makes it null and void.
That
makes all that null and void.
I wouldn't be saying it, but listen, at some point we got to make it fair again, right? I don't care about spending money, but you can't be deferring payments. Ohtani's not even getting paid till he's 45 years old. He'll be done with baseball by then. What the heck? Like, that doesn't make sense to me at all.
He's still getting paid.
Okay, but Ohtani's playing. He's the best player in baseball. So you're not paying the best player in baseball until he's finished? It's a smart business move because Ohtani could live off his endorsement. And all he makes.
Did he not opt for that?
It's just he's gonna him and his children's children. I'm just saying for competitive balance, it should listen. I don't care if you want to defer the payments, but it needs to count for the salary now. Ohtani's making $70 million, right? 10 years, $700 million, $70 million, and none of that money's coming out now. And they made the money back as an escrow, from my reading, in the first year. That's not fair. Like, what the hell? It's smart.
When there's no salary cap, you get rewarded for spending money. Simple and plain. That is the motto of life. You got to spend money to make money. They understand it. The rest of these owners are too cheap to do it. Guess what? Oh, well, it's on you. Sorry.
Wait, wasn't the Baltimore Ravens and Jim Harbaugh complaining about when the Patriots exposed a thing in the rule book about the ineligible receiver? Wasn't that complaining? Didn't they complain about that? And the rule got changed?
What are you talking about?
Remember in the postseason when the Patriots came back and had this whole ineligible receiver thing against the Ravens, and the Ravens complained about it, and then the rule got changed?
Talking about the Edelman play?
Yes.
What's they got to do to salary cap?
No, it has everything to do it. When things are, I don't knock the Dodgers for exposing a loophole. But at some point, it's okay for someone to complain about it to get the rules changed. When the Colts were getting beat up by the Patriots in the early 2000s, they complained about it and they changed the rule for Peyton Manning. So
I hate stuff like that, though.
But I'm just saying, it's the Yankees' turn. It's not
fair. They changed all these overtimes for Josh Allen. He still ain't got overtime in his career.
And they changed it for Josh. The below the knees, they traded for Brady. Why can't I say, yo, you found a loophole? It's not fair. Come on, like it's not fair.
So you want a salary cap now?
Yo, I want something else. I just don't want deferred payments because the Dodgers their payroll will be over $400-500 million. They wouldn't be able to do. They could do it because the guy's a billionaire. But I'm gonna assume if you're making $500 million, you're spending $500 million. You might make a couple $100 million, but not as much if you're only spending $200 million and you're making $400-500 million. Like, come on. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. So, yes, when people complain, yes, people can find loopholes. I'm cool with it. But if I complain about it and no one else likes it, then the rule has to change. It's happened in the NFL. And the NFL is the best sport in the world. So, I'm just going to say that.
All right. Well, Sean, the NCAA has denied our boy Trinidad Chambers a waiver to play for his 6th year. We both think that he was done a favor. Go be a first-round pick and go have a good NFL career.
This draft is supposedly weak on quarterbacks. Simpson, he's better than Ty Simpson. I don't think Ty Simpson should be in the first round.
No,
not at all. And
shouldn't be in the draft. Should be back in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, absolutely. Mendoza's the one. You have a chance, and the Jets need a quarterback. The Raiders are going to get the quarterback, but there's a lot of teams that need quarterbacks. The Dolphins, even if you sit for a year.
And Chambers has more talent than Mendoza.
Oh yeah, he's way more talented than Mendoza. Like, Mendoza just has that intelligence. But yeah, go be an NFL draft. This is the best thing that probably happens to the kid. He's going to be a high pick. I don't know, in a deeper draft, not just a quarterback, but a deeper draft in general next year, he would make the first round.
This is called being saved from yourself.
Absolutely.
Now, this might stink for Ole Miss, But hey, and this Joey Aguilar is going to be allowed to play in 8th year of college football.
This is ridiculous.
Like, since when does JUCO not count towards your eligibility?
How old is he? 25, 26?
Like, come on, man.
You have, I think I heard Calipari say you have 5 years to play for, or you said it 4 or 5 years. You can't be more than 22 years old. Like, that's it. What is this? This is not. It's like.
And they're taking it to court, and these judges who are alums of these schools are granting it.
If Chambers wins the case because it's in Ole Miss, that's why. Long story short, Congress has to get involved. That's it. Simple as that. Simple as that. It's ridiculous.
There's no more fighting it.
No more fighting. It's ridiculous. 8 years in college, to get to play college sports. Go be a dad or something. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
probably ain't going to class.
You're just playing football. I understand it's a way to make money now, but geez, this is supposed to be college sports.
This is college.
Jeez, that's like we used to make fun of kids who were like 19 playing at varsity in high school. Like go graduate, go do something else. Life just will move past you on that point. Like
we need to bring back shame and bullying in this world. I don't care what anyone says. That shame and bullying need to be at the forefront of young society. That's how you build people with good character.
Absolutely. And I can't lie. I thought about this last night when I saw the waiver come through. Denied. It would turn me off a little bit if I'm on a full team. I'm like, why do you want to go back to school? Like, I would think about that. I would be like, you have to explain to me. I was like, why were you pushing to come back to school?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
Got save my thoughts on the world for a different time. But shame and bullying. Bring it back. We wouldn't have. Never mind. All right. Giannis in Golden State might not be happening now, Sean, because Jonathan Kuminga, who probably was going to be the top asset in that deal, I guess, has been shipped to Atlanta along with Buddy Hield for Kristaps Porzingis. See how Jimmy Butler feels about that one. I don't know if Porzingis is ever going to play basketball again, but we'll see. If so, that is the type of big man that would be perfect for Golden State.
All right, so I would say this. It would be perfect, but he don't play. Second of all, it would have been perfect if Jimmy was still with the team, with him, Draymond, Jimmy, Steph. I would be like, oh, okay, that's interesting. That's an interesting, maybe if they get a healthy team. I still think if they were healthy against Minnesota, it would have been a more competitive series last year, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, it doesn't do anything. You know what this reminded me when I saw this? Let it go. You know, like when someone just needs to let it go. Trinidad Chamberlain's in school, let it go, Golden State. Like if I'm Lakem, I have to.
Dad will keep cheating on you.
Yeah, let it go. Just let him go. And like,
I don't want to hear you and your homegirls complaining because guess what? He's still sleeping in your bed every night, and your homegirls are still going to the club with you when they know he going to be there with you. So I don't want to hear.
It's over. And that's when I saw that. I'm like, and I heard Giannis didn't want to play there because of the age of the roster and stuff. Let it go. Do what the Danny Ainge did. Say, yo, I would come to Steph, and Draymond wants to play for the Lakers. That's his dying wish to play with LeBron. I would look them in the eyes this summer and be like, listen, it's over. we tried. Don't re-sign Steve Kerr. Move Jerry Stackhouse to the head coach position, and we built that team.
Ooh.
We built the team.
Stackhouse.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it's just a spot fill, I guess.
No. You got to build with someone. But I think the Bulls made another trade. Finally, I love what the Bulls are doing.
Or bring Luke Walton back.
Someone, I don't care. I'm just using that as an example. Stackhouse like that. But it's time to move on. That's my point. You got to look yourself in the mirror and be like, yeah, we're done. We have all our draft picks going forward. We'll accumulate at least 2-3 draft picks for Steph. Draymond, you'll get a first round pick. And you got to start because you don't have any.
If anybody's getting up a first rounder for Draymond, bro.
The Lakers would. Absolutely. Next to Luka and LeBron and Austin Reeves for 1 year. Absolutely. If they don't get
Bullets fan now.
If they don't get Kessler, I can see them doing that for Draymond easily. But yeah, it's time. It's time. You had your run, and that the Bay Area cannot be mad at you. You gave them 4 titles. Even San Antonio had to take a step back. It's
4
time.
titles, 6 appearances.
Yeah, it's time. It's time. That's all I thought about when the trade happened. I'm like, you guys are just hanging on for dear life. You could have moved Kuminga for something else.
So with Atlanta, what is your goal? Do you just want to have an athletic front court with Kuminga and Johnson? I still don't know who your best perimeter scorer is, or if you even have one. So I want to know what Atlanta's purpose is. Are they going to start trying to cave it in to improve their draft odds and just let the Hornets overtake them in the play-in? I just don't know. Because the Bulls are going to wind up falling behind them. So I don't think there's any way for the Hawks to avoid the play-in. They're not going to get a pick. Who do they have on the perimeter?
The Hawks don't benefit from because they don't own their own pick. They own New Orleans' pick. So they should just try to win.
They do. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
They have no reason to tank. They should try to win. Get this. I like what Atlanta's doing. No, I like it. You get all these sums of these different parts to just kind of see what fits. Jalen's the guy. Daniels is a piece. Walker's a piece. And so now you got to figure out who's around.
Okongwu's pretty good.
Okongwu's a piece. So those are your 4 guys. Jalen's the star. You got to hit in this draft. You're definitely going to get a top 5 pick, most likely. No, it's funny. I feel like I'm saying that about every team. There's only so many people who can get top 5 picks, and now you got the Bulls tanking. You got
you say top 10. You got to say top 10.
Top 10. You got the Bulls tanking. You got Memphis tanking now. You got a bunch of teams that's going to start tanking to try to get that pick, and you still got Utah and Washington, who's clearly going to still tank for the rest of the season. So, yeah, it's just going to take some. It's going to take some luck.
And it's that reason right there why I say bring consistent flex scheduling to the NBA. I don't want to see the Mavericks on national television anymore. Why on Tuesday night did I have to wait till 8 o'clock to see the Celtics and Mavericks on NBC? Meanwhile, the Nuggets and the Pistons are on League Pass at 7.
Yeah,
I don't want to see the Bulls. I don't want to see the Nuggets. I don't want to see the Wizards. I don't want to see the Bucks. Flex these games out. And stop having games compete with Sunday night basketball. You don't see the MLB. You don't see Major League Baseball doing that, competing with Sunday night baseball.
Yeah,
they'll have the West Coast game at 10 o'clock on MLB Network. But at 8, when Sunday night baseball is on, no one else is playing.
Yeah, I agree with that. I can't disagree with that at all. I think it's time to but basketball. I don't know. I'm still getting used to this whole NBC but yeah,
it cannot someone please tell me, what channel do I watch the games on Friday night? Is it ESPN or is it Amazon? Which one?
Yeah,
it keeps going back and forth.
It's too confusing.
I got another one for you. I'm not watching Amazon at 3 o'clock on Saturday. I got all this college basketball on TV. And then once that goes off, ABC's got the NBA at 8:30. I'm not turning on Prime to watch the NBA at 3 o'clock on Saturday.
It's too much.
Football. I got another one for you, Sean. Friday night college basketball on Fox is drawing better ratings than the NBA on Prime on Fridays. So football, you're the much bigger sport. College football, you're afraid of putting your playoffs up on ESPN against NFL Thursday night football on Prime, regular season football on Prime. When you're on television, matter of fact, if you wanted to, you could put the game on ABC and really blow the NFL out of the water and take a day back because they already took Thanksgiving weekend from you.
Crazy.
No, not Thanksgiving from you. Matter of fact, they took Black Friday from you. Fuck that.
Make it
so sick of this soft shit. Yo, man, I can't. It's too much suckers and softies in the world right now, man.
Yeah, it's first of all, the NBA, they're so built on stars, but no one wants to see the Dallas Mavericks anymore. I love Cooper, but I could watch the highlights. Like I'm not watching that at all. I didn't know. Oh, you did put it in the chat. Denver versus Detroit wasn't on the main game.
League pass.
That's not good. That's not good for the league. But the league got to figure it out because I'm so confused. I can't remember last time I watched the Amazon Prime game or NBC game. It was just on I don't know. It's just too much for me. It's too much.
I watch Prime on Thursday nights because, I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I don't. Because, women's basketball, Thursday night is their day. And they've been having some games since conference play starts. So I'm like, I'm already watching television. Do I want to click over to Prime, or do I want to just go ahead and watch Raven Johnson hoop?
I think the problem is I used to religiously Thursday night watch TNT because of the pregame show and in the show afterwards.
Can we talk about that?
Go ahead.
I'm happy we still have them around on some Wednesdays. I don't like it.
Oh, it's
because Saturday night they're on, but I'm watching fights on Saturday. I'm watching college basketball on Saturday night. Wednesdays, I'm happy I get to see them on Wednesday. But it was something about Thursday where I knew I was going to watch two good basketball games, watch Inside, and then when I woke up in the morning, it was going to be Friday. That was perfection.
Yeah.
I still got 2 days left in the week now. I just nah.
It doesn't hit. It doesn't. The show is still funny as hell. Like I was
great
like,
show.
Still a great show. The way they have it,
sporadic it is.
If next year I'm ESPN, I'm them. Either we're doing it every time. You're the new official pregame, postgame show, or we're just not doing it. I just don't think
whatever you got to give to TNT.
Yeah,
just have them for every game. Just give it to them.
Yeah, because we
don't want to see Malik. Now, granted, like last night when they do Malika Andrews, Mike Malone, and Kenny Smith, and then whoever their fourth is, whether it's Wendy or Perkins, I can deal with it. I'm happier when it's not Kendrick Perkins, but just use the inside crew, man.
Yeah, it's
just have Malika and Malone on standby for when Ernie, Kenny, and Chuck go do the tournament.
And I understand.
Matter of fact, bring Shaq over for those ones. The same way you got Kenny doing countdown right now. Bring Shaq over for when his three boys leave for the tournament.
I know Ernie didn't want to leave Atlanta, but I'm thinking about it would have just made sense to take the show to NBC or something like that. I get it. It just would have made perfect sense to do it if that's going to be the way it's going to be.
That was my thought. I thought NBC would do it because when NBC first had the NBA, it was Shaq, Kenny, and Chuck's teams driving race. Well, clearly Jordan was driving race. But then, Phoenix, the whole Western Conference was a hit for NBC in the 90s. East. Yeah. So I thought they'd want those guys. But I guess not. Yeah. They wanted to go new with three wing scorers.
Yeah. It's not, and even that's not good. And I like Melo on it, but I'm just not really a big fan of C-Mac and Vince on it yet. We'll see. And I love what's the host?
Maria Taylor.
She's amazing. Yeah. I do like that they brought Caitlin Clark the other day. That was pretty dope.
Yeah. So why are we mad at comparing her to Peyton Pritchard?
Because Peyton ain't one of those ones. So if people look at it like Peyton Pritchard, but I saw what he was saying. It was
not a bad comp.
It wasn't bad. Peyton's a really good player. For someone his size, he ain't one of those Trae Young guys. Like you could bully. He plays defense. He's tough. Like I like Peyton Pritchard. I can't front. So I saw what he meant when he said that. I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. How they could shoot from far out, the way they handle everything makes sense. It's just Peyton is 6th man of the year guy.
He plays a better brand of basketball also.
Oh yeah, he definitely does. But it's also the culture. You don't play no defense. Look, they had Anthony Simons playing defense in Boston this year. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. All right, Sean. Pain is in my heart. Not really. I got some fine with Mentor. Clint Kubiak's looking like he's going to be the next head coach of the Vegas Raiders.
You should be happy with Mentor. Mentor, they've accumulated a really good staff over there. But yeah, I think Clint's the guy. I saw him talking about guard and putting himself first the other day. I was like, wow. And I just, he's been a grinder, comes from his family in the league. And I think you're going to have her, if he can do it with Sam Darnold, no disrespect to Sam Darnold, I think he can do it with Mendoza. Mendoza doesn't have the greatest arm. He's just really smart and seems like he's very dedicated to the game. Kubiak, I was hearing some Darnold say that he's there at 4 a.m. He's the last person to leave. Just gamers, grew up in that. I think finally, I think the Raiders going to have their combination of quarterback and coach. They got to move on Crosby, and they got to do a slow build in Las Vegas. Slow build it up, slowly. But I think it's foundation. Kubiak, he's gonna be a star. I think he's gonna be a really good coach. I don't know what Javon wants, so I'll keep going. But I do think that if Kubiak comes in there, I want to see who he brings in as his DC. I would definitely think about maybe the defensive coordinator who is in Seattle, because then he would be able to bring in. I don't think the defensive coordinator in Seattle calls plays. So if I'm him, Kubiak, I'm bringing the DC with me from Seattle, and I'm bringing that type of solid defense, because I think the Raiders, that's where their problem is. They have some good weapons on the offensive side of the football. Is that the defensive side? Gosh, it's horrible. They are horrible on the defense side. They don't have any identity besides Crosby. So if they could go get some defensive players, start with that, bring the DC from Seattle over, and just build it slowly. That division is tough with the Chargers, Chiefs, and Broncos. So if I already know that I'm third or fourth in the league, like the Cardinals or them, I'm gonna just take my time to build it slowly. And hopefully Kubiak gets those 5 years. The whole 5 years. I do not want to hear another 2 years they're talking about firing a coach in the Raiders. Yeah. They're paying too many coaches not to be coaches anymore. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Everything I said about what he should have done had he gotten the Ravens job, I say the same thing for Vegas. Call your plays, bring over your best guys that you can from Seattle, leave some for McDonald, and whoever he's willing to let go of on his defensive staff, bring them with you.
Yep.
Trade Max Crosby, get all the picks you can out of it, and whoever you trade him to, make sure they eat his full contract. Like, just free yourself up as much as you can. The NFL would love if the Raiders were good. They love if the Jets were good. They love if the Colts were good. They love if the Ravens and Steelers were good. The Chiefs, too, in the West. They love if the Giants and the Cowboys were good. They love if the Packers and the Bears were good. They love if the Rams and the 49ers were good. Yeah. Do they care about anybody in the South? And they not the South? No. So you have a job that is you're with the team that the NFL wants to be good. And people will, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if Vegas is going to be a free agent destination the more I think about it. I think Vegas is going to be good for tourism in all these sports. I don't know if that's a free agent destination, because what is living in Vegas? I got a homeboy out there right now. What is living in Vegas? Going to the casino every day?
Yeah.
I mean, like, as soon as the city stops, it's desert. Like, the city stops abruptly.
Yeah, I know this girl who lived there, and she was like, we don't go to the Strip. Like, Vegas is a dump outside of the Strip. And so I was like, damn. And so, yeah, there's not much to do except for the Strip. But that might be a good thing for free agents, because I think people were so concerned about people being distracted. No, you get a place 30 minutes outside of the Strip. You should. And the weather's nice. You can't compete with the weather.
Yeah, but for all this, teams might have been better off staying in Oakland and just revitalizing the East Bay.
Hell no.
Build new arenas, invest in the community, and just build Oakland up again.
Oakland, my brother lives in Oakland, so but I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Oakland and Philadelphia are the two worst cities I've been to in the United States, and I've been blessed to travel a lot. Two worst cities, Joanne, and I'm not even joking. The two worst cities I've ever been to have been Oakland and have been in Philadelphia. 2 West cities. So
I forgot about your Oakland rant.
yeah, nah.
Oakland and Philly, like Charles Barkley treats Galveston.
Yeah, don't
It's San Fran.
Horrible. They listen. Why are you defending them? They lost 3 freaking teams in a matter of 5-10 years. That should tell you everything about that place. I can't stand that place. San Francisco is a big city, but even that place has been the dump. Gavin Newsom is horrible, but I'm not going to go into political stuff right now. That's my other side that I love to do is watch politics now.
You Stephen A. Sports and politics. All right.
I do. Gavin Newsom has ruined that state, but we'll talk about that another time.
All right. Michael LaFleur is now the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. And don't say too loud about that. You're going to have the whole left going at you because apparently that's the saving grace for 28.
Oh, gosh.
Good luck.
Woo, good luck with that.
Yeah, so Michael LaFleur is the new head coach of the Cardinals, and he's bringing Nathaniel Hackett as his offensive coordinator. So LaFleur goes from OC with the Packers, the head coach of the Cardinals, and he takes Hackett, who went from quarterbacks coach of the Packers back in the day, right?
Yeah.
The head coach of the Broncos with him. So your thoughts on this one?
That organization has no idea what they're doing. I would not bring those 2 guys to be my lead OC and my head coach. That's a lost organization.
What's wrong with Mike?
You like him? What has he done?
It's from the coaching tree. In a cycle where you were one of the worst jobs available, and you still got somebody from the Shanahan coaching tree.
I would have hired. But what's that mean anymore? Bruce wasn't Brandon Stanley from the coaching tree?
No, he was a defensive coordinator. That don't count.
Okay, all right.
I don't know why people do that too over Raheem Morris and Chris Shule and Brandon Stanley. They're on defense. Mike Shanahan was an offensive guy. They're running his system. So the defensive guys don't count towards the coaching tree.
Okay. All right, good point. I don't know. He's in the same division now. I'm not too doesn't move the needle to me. I would have brought in Vance Joseph. Or I would have just had Raheem Morris.
Wasn't Vance Joseph already?
Was it in the Cardinals or Denver? He was the Broncos head coach, got fired and came back as DC, which is crazy.
No. Vance Joseph. Yeah, he was DC with the Cardinals. Yeah.
He was DC.
And then went to Denver in 23.
I would say this. It goes back to what I said about your boy Tom.
Vance Joseph was 11-21 in Denver. I'm cool.
Listen,
and here's somebody else gonna say, "Oh, these white boys get these second opportunities." Bro, they shouldn't get them either.
No.
Remember, yesterday I was talking about T. Martin, right?
Yep.
And then boom, he's out of a job.
Oh, he lost his job.
Would not happen if T. Martin was white. If T. Martin was white, he'd be an OC or a head coach in this cycle. Instead, he's looking for a new job as a quarterbacks coach, and it'll probably be in New York or Harvard.
Damn, they got him out of there. Damn. I just don't like that Cardinals job. I thought the Cardinals job and the Browns job was the worst. And you get who you want. But what I was saying about the Cardinals is the same thing I was saying about the Browns. The Browns especially. I think you need a hire that will galvanize a fan base, get them excited. And this is just whatever. Does this move the needle? I don't think so. I don't know. That Cardinals team needs a full rebuild. But I thought we were just talking about them being a full rebuild like 3 years ago. I don't get it. And the GM keeps saying, let him go. Why is he still there? Let him go.
No, you're absolutely right. Raheem Morris is replacing Robert Saleh. We'll see. I mean, Steve Wilkes was a bad job replacing them because they just had 2 different philosophies. We'll see what Morris is.
Morris and Shanahan are really good friends. I think it's going to work. It's a good.
He worked out with McVay.
He worked with McVay. He's in the same back in that division. He knows the teams, and he's going to be able to. This is going to be separate, so he's going to be in the coaching cycle. I wouldn't be surprised he gets another job in the next year or 2.
Yeah. Okay. Aaron Glenn has hired Frank Reich as his offensive coordinator.
I have nothing to say about it. I saw that. I'm like, if I'm I'm glad. I don't want any of these quarterbacks going undrafted, and the Jets shouldn't draft a quarterback. Keep being bad, build around the edges, and then go get your quarterback next year.
Yeah, what offense does he want to be coaching is my question.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad because it
And
kind of
has
goes.
he evolved? It's not like Stanford football had some great scheme last year.
Didn't have no scheme.
And Indy, his last couple years, just it's not too good.
I can see Aaron Glenn being out after this season.
Should have been gone this year.
What's up with this giving people no chances to do anything nowadays?
Bro, he should have never got the job. That's the point. And I said that at the start.
Then who should have got the job? That's a bad job.
He was not qualified for any job, is the point.
All right, then that's a different conversation.
Robert Kraft sharing the same fate as Bill Belichick. He will not be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame this year. They're about to do the same thing to Brady.
They got to do the same thing. They're being petty. They're going to punish those guys for Spygate and Deflategate. But the dumbest thing I've ever heard, Kraft is back in the Super Bowl. Brady won without him. Belichick's the greatest coach of all time. And they won multiple Super Bowls after those scandals. If the scandals was that serious, you know what we always talk about this on the show sometimes? But like, oh, they got to win the title to validate that other title.
Yeah.
That's what we've been big on this show for. And we lockstep on that. They won multiple titles after that. The BS. There's nothing else to talk about. If they never won a title after the Spygate or Deflategate, I'd be like, oh shoot. But they won multiple titles in like 1 to 4 different Super Bowls since. Like, come on, man. Like 5 different Super Bowls and won 3 of them. What are we talking about? The conversation's over.
Over.
Done with.
All right. Well, you got anything else?
Nah, just waiting. Oh, Super Bowl predictions. Who you got?
Oh, shoot. Oh, man, I done made that quick, man. Seattle. What's the spread? What is the spread?
I'm 0 for 4 this
whatever it is, I'm hammering the spread.
No, I won once. I'm 1 for 4 in the postseason.
Where we at? Where we at? Super Bowl. Seattle -4.5. Boy, I might put everything in my account on that. What? That's going to be a shellacking. 5 points is going to be easy.
A lot of points. I'm staying away from the betting, so I'm just going to avoid the game. I'm going to go with the Patriots and the upset. And the reason is that defense will play better than most people expect. And I want my people back home happy. So that's the 2 reasons.
I don't think it's going to be a super happy day for you on Sunday, then, buddy.
I can care less because I think Seattle's a better team, but I got to be real. Seattle is a better team. And Seattle was the best team all year, so they should win the Super Bowl. But it's only one game.
All right. Well, trade deadline's at 3:00, so we might be back tomorrow. Might be back Monday. We'll figure it out. But either one, we'll see you. Got it.